What's up everybody, welcome back to another vlog. Today we are going to go over a couple of things that we have going on.
Told you not to call here, it's not for sale. Quit texting me and everybody.
I'm starting this day off a little later than usual just because I've had so much going on, but I do have some good positive news. Yay! Finally, after all the hard work, after all the effort of this past this day 8 now? Is it day 9 of this wholesaling challenge? We have finally got an appointment to go to, and we have a couple of leads that are ready to close. Now this was from the efforts of yesterday. I sent out some text messages to a vacant lot list, and I did get some really good responses. I got some people to follow up with, but I got a couple of deals also that are ready to close. We're very close to what we're at, very close to where we need to be as far as pricing. Usually want to be within about 10% of what they're asking. So if they're asking, 100,000, but your offer could be 90, you're not that far off. You guys can try to make that work. I'm gonna go on an appointment for a property that we picked up through cold calling. My cold caller called it, and they were interested in selling. Now we still don't know what it looks like. It's a kind of a small property, but it also comes with a vacant lot. So definitely worth checking out, and we're gonna check it out in about a couple hours. Other than that, I did want to go over something with you guys as far as your follow-ups go. And this is important because follow-ups are the key to success. Because you'll get some people that are ready to sell now, but the majority of your leads, of your efforts, are gonna be in your follow-ups. That's where all your money is gonna come from. That's where all of these leads are gonna end up going, and then you're gonna keep contacting them over time. I'm gonna show you how we break down follow-ups, so that way you can get an idea of how to structure maybe your follow-ups. Of course, my way is not the right or wrong way, but maybe this could be a guide for you guys on how you're gonna structure your follow-ups. So let's get started on what we do. All right, first things first is, obviously you have a few different categories that people are gonna fall under. Your first is obviously your regular follow-up. Regular follow-up category, nothing special about them. They are ready to sell, but who knows what's holding them back, or maybe you're actively working on them right now. Then we have our future follow-ups. So these are your people that are probably gonna sell within the next, 30 to 90 days. And these are for anybody that's 90 days or more. Usually my yearly follow-ups end up in these future follow-ups. That way you get an idea of where they stand or where they're at. Then from there, we also have a waiting offer. And these are your people who have asked for an offer. Okay, I am interested in selling. What are you offering? Usually, this is going to bring, what you're basically doing is you're moving your leads into different places to showing how interested are they. If they're asking for an offer, they're somewhat interested. Or what do they feel about the deal, or what do they feel about the price you gave them, is gonna be determined by whatever offer you make them. So from a waiting offer, obviously you're gonna make your offer, and it's gonna go to one of two places. Either declined offer, or the other one is gonna be appointment. So again, follow-up and future follow-ups, a waiting offer, and it's either gonna go to either declined offer or appointment. Your declined offers, don't throw them away, and don't put them in not interested unless it is a true real uninterested. Like if you offered 100K and they said, nah, I want 700,000. You're nowhere near it, nowhere near each other. Definitely this guy is not interested. He's looking for one of those $1 million deals to change his life. So declined offer, usually I'll keep following up with them every couple of months, say 2 months plus, and we'll keep contacting them. We don't throw them away. We don't, we still try to contact them back, see if they're interested in any other type of offer, maybe owner financing, something different. And we just, we go from there, see what we can do with them. Now sometimes we have been able to pull some of these guys out and turn them into deals, because what happens is, as time goes on, prices go up. So maybe you couldn't offer them the 100K that they wanted, 6 months ago, but maybe now you can. Maybe now you can offer them maybe more than the 100K. I've seen that happen many times where deals that we thought that weren't deals. Actually, I did one last year. Pre-coronavirus, if I would have picked this house up for 55,000, I was like, you know what? I don't know, man. This isn't really a deal. Somebody's gonna buy it off of me for 55. Now, if I pick it up for 55 or 60, these guys will pay 70, 80 all day now. Crazy how that works, but it's just time. As time goes on, prices increase. You can offer more money later on, and you'll be able to, give these people what they want. Now, from appointment, you need to go to contract sent. Now, contract sent is you're trying to get it under contract. You sent them an agreement, ready to close on this thing, and you need to figure out, all right, where do we go from here? Are you guys going to sign the agreement? Or do we have we come to an agreement of what you want for the property? Are we close? Are we there? Send the contract over, they sign it, you're going to go to under contract. Obviously, if it's under contract, then you're going to, figure out what you're going to do with it, push it out. Maybe you're going to close on it, who knows? And it's going to go to one of two places. It's either going to be closing or renegotiate. Now, sometimes you are going to have to renegotiate because maybe you're too high. Maybe something's going on where you can't close, or your buyers will give you feedback on what is a deal and what isn't. And this, you're going to have to come back to this every now and then. I've had to renegotiate properties all the time. Now, obviously, if you go to closing, it's a sign that it's ready to close, and after that, it's closed. So you'll put your deal into closed. Now, this is really scattered about, so I'm gonna fix it real quick. That way you guys can understand it and get a really good idea on how this flow really needs to go. Alright, so I kind of reconfigured it that way you guys could understand it a little better, other than having it all weirded out. So again, this is how you're going to structure it. You're going to have your follow-ups and your future follow-ups. These are for people, let me get my marker here. So these are for people over 3 months plus that are going to be contacted, and this is 1 to 3 months that they're ready to close. That way you can separate who you need to be concentrating on now and who you need to be concentrating on later. These two people, they're gonna go into the area of, well, how much can you offer me? Well, it all depends. Our range is between 30,000 to 40,000. Awaiting offer. After awaiting offer, it's gonna go into either one of two directions. Either you're gonna make an appointment, or maybe you skip the awaiting offer and ended up in appointment. That's also great. Or you could end up in offer decline. Again, declined offers could change at any moment. Maybe the person becomes a little bit more interested. Still follow up with those declined offers. See, hey Bob, I was just wondering if you were able to meet your goal with your property on 123 Main Street. It's always a good thing to follow up with these people. Then you have your appointment. Obviously, those people that are going under appointment, you're gonna end up probably going under contract. If you don't go from appointment to under contract, you could go back to declined offer. Maybe when you saw it, you're like, you know what? I can only offer a little bit less than what I thought. And, basically you're going to repeat the process again. From appointment, it's going to go to under contract. And under contract, you're either going to go to one of two places. Either renegotiate or closing. Sometimes you got to renegotiate deals. I do it all the time. And then from closing, of course, you're going to go to close. Now that you guys kind of have an idea of what you want to do with your follow-ups, I am going to give you a secret weapon that I have been using lately. I've been testing it out. That's why I haven't really said anything about me using it. And it's called REI Reply. Now, REI Reply isn't only just for follow-ups. It is actually a whole entire CRM system that is actually pretty cheap. I was expecting it to be, a lot of money because a lot of other people are a lot of money, but it has basically all the tools to get started as a new wholesaler. Now, the cool thing is that of course they're not paying me whatsoever, and I'm not doing this to promote them. I just think it's a really cool tool. But at the same time, even though it's geared towards new wholesalers and wanting to reorganize, also experienced wholesalers, it has like a bunch of tools like call rail built into it. It has a text messaging system built into it. It's got an auto dialer built into it. It has a ringless voicemail built into it, and then it's an entire CRM as well. Now, I don't use it for any of that other stuff. I specifically have it just for my follow-ups. And the reason is that I create drip campaigns that basically attack all of my follow-ups without me having to pick up the phone. I don't have to text them. I don't have to remember about them because they're automatically getting touched every time I put them in one of my campaigns. Now, I have campaigns for every one of these different levels behind me, from people who are current follow-ups, future follow-ups, people that are, awaiting offers from us, declined offers, you name it, they're there. And I love it because it's completely customizable. It doesn't take a lot of coding knowledge. It's not like Podio, thank God. It's pretty easy. At first, it was a little weird to navigate it. I just kind of looked at the settings of all the other stuff that they had in there, and I kind of built my own campaign. They have some cool pre-made campaigns that you can change up if you want to. You don't have to actually create your own campaign. They have several different campaigns available, and I thought it was pretty cool. So I kept going with it. So far, my follow-ups have been contacting me back. You get a different phone number in there. You can have as many phone numbers as you want, up to 5 or 6 or 10, or even if you want 30 phone numbers, you can buy them. They're like $1 a phone number. It's integrated with Twilio. I had never used Twilio previously until this moment in time, but basically it's everything that has to do with the phone. Text messaging, ringless voicemail, phone calls, incoming and outgoing calls. You get a cool little app directly on your phone, so you can kind of like see where you're at with your people, and also see who's called you. It's pretty dope. It's a really cool system. I love it. You can keep using it the way I'm using it, which is basically just for my follow-ups. Maybe I'll include some screenshots of it later with some of my information blocked out. But it is definitely a great system. I'm sure there are many other follow-up systems available, but this one is what works for me because my calendars, I can't clog up my calendars with follow-ups. It's too much for me. I need to have a separate system. I like separating things. I don't like them being integrated all together because then it starts messing around with my head, and then my head starts to get massive ADD and start just blocking everything out. Enough of me yapping. I'm gonna get ready to leave. I'm making sure all my stuff is charged up, and I'm gonna go to this appointment and see if this is a deal or not. I'm really hoping we can try to pick this thing up under contract today, or at least make some type of offer. Who knows? Who knows what the day will bring, but we'll find out. As of right now, I popped into my head real quick. As far as text messaging goes, I finished texting the rest of that land list from yesterday. It was like 150 text messages. I got a couple people to respond back saying that they were interested, that they had to think about it. So I'll probably be following up with a phone call later on today to see if I can get anything under contract. I was able to also get somebody from my follow-ups who was interested in selling, that I contacted them about 6 or 7 months ago, which I thought that was great. And again, that was through REI Reply. My partner is starting to see the benefit of it, because at first when I got it, I was like, is this a waste of money? Little by little, I've been having some of my follow-ups either contact me back, yeah, we're interested still, or hey, take me off my list, I'm tired of you guys calling me. So yeah, it goes both ways. And it makes it easier because now I don't have to remember about all these follow-ups. There's like about 200 follow-ups in that system, and it's growing daily. Because I got 200 there, and then I got like 500 on Mojo. Different places, just trying to reorganize myself and see where things go. So let me get out of here, guys, and let's go head out to this appointment. Alright, so I didn't really get to do any type of filming in there. It's funny because I forget all the time when I'm there because I'm talking to my partner, and plus it was such a little tiny space. Even though, this little thing is not that big itself. It fits in my hand and I can just hide it. But we ran in there so quickly, and that guy, I don't know. It goes to show you, not every deal is a deal. But when price is high, usually motivation is low, and vice versa. When motivation is high, price is low. That is literally an everyday wholesale deal. So the ARV on that little property, that house was like 500 square feet. ARV on that thing is like $70,000 maybe. And to be honest, I don't think anybody would pay $70,000 for that. If they do, it's only to rent it out, not to live in it, because it's hideous. And the roof in the back was like, you'd be taking a shower or washing dishes, and the next thing you know, boom, you just bumped into the roof. So it definitely wasn't, flip quality. It could only be used as a rental. Then the lot next to it, even though the lot, we could have used it, he didn't want to sell the lot separately either. He told us straight up he wants to sell the full package deal for $75,000. We need to be at 40 for the house and about 10 for the land, so you're looking at about $50,000 maybe. Even that was kind of high, but it is what it is. You can't force anybody. We tried to talk to him and reason with him, showed him some comps, still wasn't interested. So it is what it is. But the good thing is that we did actually pick up a property under contract. It's actually from the text messaging campaign that we sent out day before yesterday for the vacant land. I was actually able to pick up a property under contract. We picked up the property for $6,000 plus we're gonna pay the $3,500 lien that it has, so a total of $8,000. And we might actually just keep this one. This one's not gonna be wholesaled because it's in a nice neighborhood, and we could build a new build and we could sell it for like $185, $190. It'll cost us $130 to build, so decent profit, nothing out of the, extreme or crazy. But if it doesn't work out, we could also use that as a rental. Rent in the area is pretty high, $1,200-$1,300. Hopefully we can make it happen. Then after that, we actually went out to another house from a follow-up that I had from yesterday. Passed by. He doesn't know what he wants to do with the property. He really wants to fix it up so it can produce some rent for him. But he's a truck driver and he's always on the road. He actually literally lives on the road, comes home maybe a couple months out of the year, and even when he comes home, he still sleeps in the truck because the house, he's using it as a storage unit. That's pretty much it for today. As far as anything else that we have going on, we did finally close on that other deal, the one for $50K. We actually had two other closings that happened also. One for $4,000, another one for $8,500, and then I have another closing happening tomorrow for $11,000. Pretty good month so far, pretty great week so far, and then we got a couple other closings coming up for next week. Couple of land deals. Been doing a lot of land lately. It's kind of funny because a lot of the houses that I see going up for sale, they're extremely overpriced and nobody's even buying them. A lot of investors are kind of like backing off on their buying spree. It could be just because of the beginning of the year, even though from my experience, usually the beginning of the year, these guys have a lot of appetite. But it also could be just, people are just trying to lock up stuff too high. A lot of new wholesalers in the area and they don't know what they're doing, be honest. Not saying that you shouldn't try, but at the same time, it's a good learning experience to lock up something when it's too expensive, because you have the feeling like, oh my gosh, I locked it up under contract. And then you also get some experience by knowing, I locked it up under contract, but it's not a deal. I've been there. I'm not bashing you guys. I've been there, but hopefully, we can continue to bang on these places. We're going to try to do a little bit more land in the next couple of weeks. I'm actually going to pull a couple of land lists off of PropStream and build off of that, see if we can get some momentum off of it. If not, we're going to continue, of course, with our housing adventure, which I'm pretty sure they'll both play out. I'm going to hit some land just because we're looking for land, and then I'm also going to hit the houses because we're also looking for houses. I'm not going to buy anything. I do want to do some, some type of owner financing, a couple other creative deals. We'll see from there. So far though, I'll tell you guys what the total is for the week on text messaging and ringless voicemail. I didn't do too many this week. I only did 400 and it wasn't, really big. I'm actually going to do some tomorrow, but I'm going to show you guys what my total is for the week as far as cold calling and text messaging goes. So as of this week alone, today is Thursday, January the 14th. We have a total of 1,328 text messages that went out and a total of 438 replies, which gives us a response rate of about 32%, which is actually not bad considering the fact that I haven't really done too much, and we've hit about 2 or 3 new lists. The total campaign cost from when we first started, which was last Monday, the first day of the wholesaling challenge, the total cost for text messaging has been $80.94 as what we sent out, and we received, or from the text messages that we received, it cost us $20.97. So the total response rate and what we sent out 2,885 text messages. We received 749 text messages. So out of all the campaigns that we've done, we have about a 25% response rate as far as text messaging goes. Now, phone calls is a different story. So I'm sharing these numbers, of course, not to flex or anything like that, but the total amount for the cold calling was 4,681 phone calls made with only a 3% response rate of 141 people. That's terrible, but of course, factoring in that he actually called some lists that we've banged on quite a bit, you know, it's not surprising that the response rate sucks. So if we just go to this week, of course, the total is 1,904 calls made with a response rate of about 67, which is about a 4% response rate. Definitely a lot better, not the best. He's doing pretty good though. 1,900 calls made, and it's not Friday yet. I mean, he's been slacking a little bit. I will say this. And if you're watching, get to work. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, I mean, so we've gotten quite a bit of phone calls that have gone out. As far as ringless voicemail, I don't have the numbers on that. I think I've sent out probably 2,000 or 3,000 ringless voicemails, and we still haven't gotten really anything that's solid. Not saying that we won't get something, but I want to share these numbers with you guys to show you that you just got to keep going. Got to keep hitting as many people as possible. Got to keep targeting as many people as possible. That it'll all pay off. It's a numbers game. The more people you call, the more leads you get. The more leads you get, the more deals you close. This month we'll close about 7-8 deals, about $110,000 roughly. And then you got to keep up with your follow-ups as well. Keep up with your follow-ups. Build a follow-up program that you can follow. Just like what I showed you back there, that's the basis of our whole follow-up. My partner usually takes care of all the follow-ups, and I take care of the majority of the marketing. That way I find people to target them, and then my partner is the one who follows up with them and closes the deals. And that way, we can collaborate together and make some money. My cold caller does his thing. He's just calling all day long, 5 hours a day, 6 hours a day is around the times that he calls. I don't call weekends. Sometimes if he wants to, he can call Saturday. Best times to call on Saturday, 11 to 2. But other than that, yeah, that's it. We don't have any new deals that are coming up yet. Nothing that we've picked up other than the lot that we've picked up and a few other follow-ups or people that are looking for offers. We're going to keep hitting them up, but we're going to keep ramping up our marketing. And these next 30 days, I'm going to try to ramp up marketing bigger than we've ever done before, hit way more people than we ever done before, and spend way more money on marketing than I've ever done before. I'm not going to go buck wild, but I'm going to try to at least triple our marketing expenses. Normal marketing expense is about $1,500. So I want to get to close to 4,000 maybe. I don't even think I'll get that high. Maybe I'll get to $3,000 for the month and just see where it goes and just keep it flowing, because I know that everything that we do this month will carry over into February and March. Just like everything that we're closing this month is all from December and November. Driving for dollars, phone calls, text messaging, skip tracing, everything was from November, December. So we're reaping the benefits January, February. And that's the way it's always going to be. Some months you could get some great deals that happen all in 1 month in 3 weeks. Hey, it happens. Not saying that it doesn't. But the reality is your follow-ups are going to take a while to be ready to close. So just go with the flow. This isn't just a highlight reel. This is showing my true failures and my true successes. So while, yeah, I'm making money, you can see how much work it takes to make that money. because I didn't get these deals by just making 50 phone calls. So spend the money, guys. Don't be afraid. You will reap the benefits of your reward. It's kind of like planting seeds. You know, you're not going to get, all your seeds aren't going to grow into plants. But eventually, if you keep watering them, you keep throwing down seeds, you'll get some vegetables that'll grow and you'll eat. I know these vlogs are extremely long, and who knows if anybody watches them all the way to the end. If you do, drop a comment down below saying that you watched this thing all the way to the very end. You know, I hope it's bringing some value. Maybe it's bringing some inspiration to you guys. I really hope it is, because that's the reason why I'm doing this. So I appreciate all of you guys watching. Hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see you guys on the next vlog.